Hey everyone, Matthew here. Welcome back to the channel. It's great to have you with me as always, and I hope you're all having an amazing Wednesday. It is January 14th, 2026, and you're tuned into the Nasdaq Daily Recap. Market news and economic landscape. Today featured a very important and market-moving economic calendar, setting the stage for elevated volatility across asset classes. At 8:30 a.m., we received multiple high-impact releases, including PPI, core PPI, and retail sales. At 10 a.m., existing home sales were reported. At 2 p.m., FOMC member John Williams delivered remarks that traders closely monitored for any policy signals. On top of that, several major banks were reporting earnings, adding another layer of uncertainty to the tape. Overnight session. When the futures market reopened at 6 p.m., price action initially continued the downside momentum from yesterday's closing bell. Our robot identified the continuation setup and entered a long position. However, as the Asian markets opened, sentiment shifted and futures rolled over. That long position was closed for a loss of $84. Immediately after, our system adapted to the changing conditions and flipped short, positioning itself for further downside. Mid-morning data and volatility. Throughout the early morning hours, the index traded in a tight, sideways range as traders waited for clarity from the upcoming economic data. Risk assets were mixed during this period. Bitcoin was pushing toward 95,000, while silver surged aggressively, reaching 92. Market participants were clearly in wait-and-see mode ahead of PPI. Just before the data release, our short position was closed for a profit of $160, fully erasing the earlier overnight loss. At that point, total realized profit stood at $81. At 8:30 a.m., the economic data hit the wires. PPI came in at 0.1%. Sharply lower than the previous 0.6%. Core PPI printed at 0.0%, down from 0.4%. Retail sales surprised to the upside at 0.6%, compared to the prior negative 0.1% reading. Despite the mixed implications, the market reaction was muted, with price remaining relatively balanced. Cash session and intraday trades. When the U.S. stock market opened at 9:30 a.m., sellers stepped in immediately and the index dipped lower. AI-related stocks were broadly under pressure, weighing heavily on the Nasdaq. Our robot responded by entering a short position, which was quickly closed for a profit. Realized profit increased to $127. At 10 a.m., existing home sales were released at 4.35 million. Beating the prior reading of 4.14 million. Around the same time, the index found temporary support near the 25,550 level. Financials remained weak, with J.P. Morgan continuing to bleed, and Bank of America dropping 4% following its earnings report. Our robot initiated another short position, bringing realized profit to $151. Shortly after, the market reversed higher, triggering a long trade that pushed realized profit up to $282. Before midday, selling pressure returned and the index rolled over once again. Our system entered another short, which was closed for a gain, lifting realized profit to $312. At the same time, individual equity trades were performing strongly, with AMD booking $327 in profit and QQQ realizing $438. Afternoon session and into the close. During the afternoon session, Bitcoin broke above 97,000, even as the index slid down toward the 25,500 level. This clear divergence highlighted ongoing risk-off behavior in equities. While capital rotated into alternative assets, the market continued to trend lower into the afternoon, and our robot executed another short trade, which was closed for a profit. By the time we approached the closing bell, Realized profit on the day reached $360. AMD closed with $309 in profit, while QQQ finished with $437. Total profit for the day stood at $1,106, wrapping up a very active and disciplined Wednesday of trading. Summary: today was a clear down day for tech stocks and the broader equity market, while Bitcoin, silver, and gold continued to show strength. Despite the volatility, our robot navigated the market effectively and finished the session with $1,106 in realized profit, trading one contract of E-micro MNQ, along with 100 shares of AMD and QQQ. Thank you for tuning in and being part of this daily journey. I'm Matthew, wishing you all an amazing evening. I'll see you tomorrow for the next Nasdaq Daily Recap.